Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH BaHashem YAHWASHI BaHashem RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson, and today's lesson is going to be, it's kind of a bit like of what's that word called, like where I am kind of like a bit of a response to something that I had said and done, and I just kind of want to like point it out, because I'm not trying to exalt myself or try to show off or brag or anything like that. The thing is that oftentimes the Lord, puts his prophets in positions to teach, and he might give me something or put me in a situation or tell me something in order for me to better, what's the word, how do you say, to better bring out another lesson on something in order to edify the flock and whatnot. So as a result of that, while it might seem like, okay, yeah, I'm bigging myself up, I'm saying certain things that I shouldn't be saying, like, why are you saying that, why are you trying to brag and all that stuff like that, but in actuality it's really just for edification's sake. Because the thing is that me personally, while I have said it in a lesson, or I've done a lesson on it, I never told anybody it on like face to face or one on one personally. I only ever have said it in the thing. I made the decision, and basically the thing that I'm talking about is specifically me choosing to do 2 lessons a day. While yes, it might come off as kind of like braggish or anything like that, or braggish or something like that, that's not my intention. It's really in a sense of you can take me for an example and go and do whatever you need to do with in order to better solidify your relationship with YAHAWASHI. Maybe it's not doing a lesson, maybe it's something else that you personally know what it is that you have to do, and you personally are aware of what the Lord expects from, again, you personally. All right. So again, this is not an attempt to try to like say, oh, I'm this great person, this great prophet or anything like that. It's again trying to draw the parallel. All right. Draw the parallel in order to help anyone that needs to know, that needs to hear or whatever, that okay, even though you may not be doing well in whatever situation or anything like that, you still are able to do your part, simply because the Lord is dealing with you, the Lord's guiding you, helping you with whatever stuff that you need to take care of. All right. So yes, as a result of that, that's where I am coming from when I say this, and that's just my, I guess, rationale as well as my explanation as to why I say and do the things that I do. It's not any attempt to kind of like big myself up or to make myself seem like, oh, I'm this big person. All right. So now let's actually get into these precepts. All right. To kind of further prove my point. John chapter 21 verse 25. And there also many others which Yahawashi did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose, that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. Amen. So basically, there were more things that Yahawashi did. Okay, because if you know about some of the stuff that Yahawashi did, he rebuked the storm. He basically told the storm to stop, and then the storm just calmed down and stopped. That's a literal natural disaster. He literally stopped a natural disaster just by rebuking it, just by saying leave and whatnot, and it stopped. He healed people. He brought someone back to life and all these different stuff. And yet there are still more that he did that we don't know of. But it's not written in the scriptures simply because the only things that we need to know of was already written in the scriptures. All right, so this was a thing that I am kind of like trying to teach and trying to show, trying to let you know, because again, like, there are certain things that while I told you something personally that I did, okay, the thing that I did was something that's a bit more verifiable. If you just looked at the patterns on my videos, you would have been able to see, okay, yeah, he's uploading 2 videos a day and whatnot, where it's something that you can easily see on your own. Well, it's not like I'm hiding it or anything like that. Where on the flip side of things, there's also the matter of, in general, people kind of like look forward to, okay, you know what, I want to see or what is this person doing, how is this person trying to help out, how is this person trying to do something better for the ministry, for Israelites in general, or whatever. Or where it's not, where maybe, let's say, for example, if I was beating the homeless or something like that, which I'm not, by the way. If I was doing something like that, I wouldn't say it, okay, because I would just leave that. If that's the good deed that the Lord guided me to do or told me to do, then okay, then I'm gonna go and do it. Which, by the way, you should not be beating the homeless people like that. It's not. It's basically judgment in a sense. If someone is homeless or something like that, then that's when, and that's the thing in general. When this is getting a little bit sidetracked, but that's the thing in general. When, let's say, you want something, you want something, and you're not getting it. Maybe or you want something, you're not getting it. You are waiting on something, you're waiting on the Lord, you're praying this and the third, or let's say you're not praying. If you're not praying, you're doing something wrong, then that's when you have to actually like examine yourself, make sure, okay, you know what, am I doing the right things in order to be worthy of the Lord, to kind of make things go my way, to help me out and whatnot, to improve to improve my situation, to make things better. Slakia. Am I doing the right thing, or am I in the right with YAHAWAH in order to receive not only His mercy but also His blessings? All right, these are the things that we have to be aware of, in general. Okay, because not always that, because as the scriptures say, let me actually get that instead of talking. Let me just get that. Okay, not everyone. Matthew chapter 7 verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. All right, so these are the people. These are the identifiers of people that are actually going to be able to receive mercy, receive salvation, receive the favor of the Lord. Slakia, receive the favor of the Lord, where you can't just say, oh, I believe in you, Yahawadah, I believe in you, Zod and Jesus and stuff like that. Like you just saying you believe, just claiming that you have faith doesn't mean anything. All right, what does the scripture say about that? Let's actually get that. It is. Please tell me that they have it. James chapter 2 verse 16. No, verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So if you're saying that, oh, you believe, so that means that you're doing good, you're in the right path, and that means that, okay, so the demons also believe, so that means that they also are good. All right, so and obviously I would hope that you would be able to honestly say that the devils do not do good. Well, even though technically they do the will of the Father, which that in and of itself is on a technicality proper, if you want to call it that. So yeah, in that sense, yes, they do good, but ultimately, ultimately we can come to the understanding that no, that they do not do good. All right. So as a result of that, they aren't doing good, and our goal, all right, if you will, our goal is to do better and to follow after the words of Yahawadah, not just in word alone, but also in action. All right. So yeah, this is the thing where it's not enough to just say, "Oh, I believe." All right. Just you saying, "Oh, Lord, Lord," or just Yahawadah, like that is not enough. You also have to show it through your actions. Okay. As the scriptures say in James chapter 2, verse 18, showing your faith by your works. Okay. Now, continuing on, what is I getting? Oh yeah, so yeah, basically, lucky for the sidetrack, but basically, going back, we have the matter of the what's it called? Over here, I believe Romans chapter 15, verse 4, where whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. And this is the thing where again it goes back into do you have the patience? Are you trying to be what's the word, trusting in the Lord, and rather than just saying, oh yeah, I'm just gonna believe, I'm just gonna do whatever I need to do, the Lord knows my heart and whatnot, when in actuality it is not enough just to say that you believe. Okay. And on top of that, there is the thing that we say certain things. I've said certain things, like I said I did X, Y, and Z and whatnot, but it's not in a sense of trying to, again, as I said before, brag. Is simply for learning. Like anytime I ever bring something out in any of these lessons, it's not to brag. It is simply because, okay, what, I want to help push this word. I want to help teach and help bring out the edification that needs to be brought in this in this particular situation. All right, so that is when anyone can see, like, okay, what, I see what he's doing. I'm able to take this into practice for myself, so I know, okay, what, this is going to help me to better improve, because I can just take from his example, and then, okay, as I see in his example that the Lord wants me to do this, then I can just follow the example. And then, in that same sense, when I have to do something good, when I have any type of expectation from the Lord, then that way I can just do the exact same thing. And then, okay, what, this is the expectation that the Lord has for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and follow and do the exact same thing as I am required with the Lord, because once again, we are all doing stuff according to our own lot. All right, we're all different. Okay, so next, Matthew chapter 6, verse from the top: take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them, otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, and as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thine left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. And this reminds me of another thing where, there are some dreams that I've had, or that I just don't bother making a lesson on it, because normally I would make a lesson, but instead of making a lesson, I just keep it to myself because sometimes it's not expedient, if you will, to kind of to talk about it or to let anyone know. Sometimes sometimes a dream is just for you, so you don't always have to go tell people. You don't always have to go share with other people. That's just the Lord telling you that this is something that you need to know just for yourself, and it's just not always going to be for everyone, and that's for you to kind of make that distinction with the Lord YAHAWAH on your own, to actually be able to understand and discern the spirits of this is for me and this is for everyone, and this is where I need to share with everyone. But also at the same time, there is the matter of what as I said and what I did, where I spoke on the quote unquote good, or not even quote unquote, but the good that I'm doing in attempting to stay consistent in what I was in making multiple videos a day, where I'm doing this not to big myself up, but I'm doing this to let someone know that in the event that you, or for you as an individual, whatever you feel that you need to do with YAHAWAH, you go and do it. If don't try to hold yourself back or say, oh, this is too much responsibility, or I just want to get by with whatever I need to do, or this is just the obligation, so I'm just going to do. Because there was that thing of there was a thing where the elders had said, you should be doing at least 3 videos a week or something like that, and then apparently it got raised to a video a day, and then me again, like I was already doing a video a day at the time that I had heard that, so I'm over here trying to do more. All right, because I'm not trying to just get by. Okay, that's the thing where you can't just be trying to get by. You have to be able to do more, especially when it comes to YAHAWAH, where it's not enough for you to just say, okay, I want to just get by, I want to do the bare minimum. You have to be able to do more. All right, you have to be able to satisfy the Lord in terms of, okay, what I'm going above and beyond, and the Lord can see my efforts and see that I'm not some slacker or anything like that, and I actually genuinely mean business, and I really do care to do more. So that's what we take to do. This is the important thing, the importance of kind of remembering the Lord, and going above and beyond, because in that same sense you would want the Lord to go above and beyond in rewarding you with not just what you need, but more of what you want, what you need and what you want as well. All right, so continue with God, Slakia. Luke chapter 5 verse 14, he charged him to tell no man, but go and show thyself to the priest, and offer thy cleansing according as Moses commanded, for a testimony unto them. And this was when Yahawadah had made a blind man be able to see, and he was basically saying, hey, don't tell anyone. This is just go see that even the Lord, can heal, make this a testimony. But even then, the other dude, the dude that he healed, the guy that he healed, I think he told them anyway. Slocky, I think it's in Matthew. Is it here? Or whatever. Let me see. Yes, it's in Matthew, but I didn't want to get the freaking thing. Okay, whatever. Let's just get Matthew 8. Okay, Slakia. Matthew 8. Matthew chapter 8, verse... Oh, I guess this is the wrong one. Alright, whatever, it's fine. Basically, in the thing, Yahawadah told someone that he healed, don't tell anyone I did this to you, and then he still went and told them. And in that sense, this was an example of this. Matthew chapter 23 verse 12, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Where you have that when you are choosing to be humble, then that's when the Lord is going to the Lord is going to exalt you, either by someone else or through the Lord himself, where he either rewards you or something like that. Basically, like this is where you have this of where we are being blessed. We watch out for what the Lord grants us, what the Lord blesses us with, what the Lord provides us with through his blessing. But at the same time, are we letting the Lord, are we having faith to wait and waiting for the Lord to give us the blessing? Or are we getting impatient and saying, oh, I need the blessing now, I want people to know that I'm doing this, that, and the third and whatnot, where you have that impatience about you, and then you go and do stuff out in public. You go out in public in order to be seen of men and to get the blessing from men, rather than waiting for the Lord to bless you with the exaltation or rewards. Okay, because then when you actually get into it, in Matthew chapter 6, okay, verse 2, therefore when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward, and their reward is the glory of men. So you're forfeiting any and all reward from YAHAWASHI when you seek the glory of men. You seek the men, the people in general, to say, oh, good job, Kawakab, you did that, you did whatever, all right, rather than trying to just keep it between you and YAHAWASHI as best you can, because sometimes it's not always going to be just a matter of, oh, the Lord just kept it between you and him. It's also a matter of the Lord made it so that it basically got out, where you aren't the only one that's that you're not. You might be hiding it, Slocky. You might be hiding it, but at the same time, you hiding it's not enough, and it's still going to get out, if you understand how I'm trying to say it. Where in the sense of like you hid it, you did the best you can, you hid it, you didn't expose it or trying to tell anyone about it, but the Lord made it so that the word got out, and then Kawakab did this, so let's reward him. And then in actuality, that was how the Lord basically rewarded you, where the Lord was got people to find out about it, where you didn't actually expose it. That's a possible way that the Lord could be rewarding you, but it's not always that exact way. All right. Proverbs 27 verse 2, let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. And that's again another thing where don't be trying to seek people, or it's like, don't be trying to find or brag about your stuff. Again, it is better that someone else appraises you and tells you, oh, you did such a good job, this, that, and third, blah, 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 whatever and whatnot, rather than trying to get the approval of others on your own. All right, so yeah, that's basically it. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Ababa, and Shalom.